Hey everyone, it's Raj from 3CB. Arsenal starlet winger Bukayo Saka has played in a lot of matches in minutes for both club and country over the past 2 seasons, including about 85 minutes in yesterday's 1-0 Europa League victory over PSV. After the match, manager Mikel Arteta was asked about Saka's minutes and about resting him, and Mikel responded that the best players play 70 plus games in a season, and that's what he's aiming for with his best players and his younger players, and that he wants them to look to play in every match. Question becomes, is that feasible? There's 3 key things to consider here. Firstly, in Saka's case, and this is for all elite footballers, all Arsenal footballers, is that they are going through constant evaluations, constant monitoring with their biometric physiology, and then there's communication between them and the physio and performance staff. And the longer you are with the player, you're able to get a good feel for when something's off, or you develop a relationship with them and they're able to be more honest with you when they might have a niggle or something else comes up. So that's something that Saka is going through every day, and decisions are being based on those key variables. It's not just, how do you feel, right? There's a methodical approach to it. Secondly, there are some players, Granit Xhaka comes to mind, Declan Rice comes to mind as a younger player in the Premier League, whose fitness levels are so high, their baseline is so high, that they need to play in games to maintain that fitness, because you cannot replicate match intensity physically and mentally outside of games. And Saka very well may fall into that category, especially if none of those previous metrics that I've discussed are nearing that danger zone. Thirdly, going back to the mentality that Arteta's trying to instill into Saka and his younger players about wanting to, as he said, knock on his door to play every game, is that if the players want to play in every game and they understand what it takes to play in every game, meaning that they understand not just the on-pitch aspects, but the off-pitch aspects as it comes to recovery, with their sleep, with their nutrition, with their physio work, with their fitness. If they understand all those aspects and that those things are tied in to them being available for more games, it naturally becomes this self-fulfilling cycle. Last but not least, and we've seen this a lot more this season from Arsenal's physio staff, is that they will load manage players during training sessions. For example, it's happened a lot with Ben White. We've seen it with Tomiyasu. We've also seen it with Saliba in recent weeks as he continues to acclimate to the Premier League, is that they'll put them not in full team training, but partial team training or individual team training in order to reduce some of that workload, so then they are fresher for the game. So in Saka's case, if he does start to then get towards those yellow-red line areas, they can then do the same thing for him to keep him fresher for games. The key underlying theme here is there is a methodical approach to these decisions, and it's clear that Mikel and the entire club is trying to instill this mentality into their players that they aren't fragile, that they should be confident about their health and robust, and that mentality is critical.